Can one get temporary spousal support during a divorce? It's a great question. My name is Akiva Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues right here in the state of Michigan. And today we're going to continue our video series, which is designed to educate and inform the public. Please subscribe to our channel. You know, a lot of people want to know, I know at the end, I'll get a property settlement. I know at the end, I might get some alimony or spousal support, but what about during the year that this thing is going to go on? How am I supposed to survive? I'm used to getting access to a certain amount of money every month. How am I going to do it? And now that, she's all upset and he's all upset, he'll cut me off. How do you do it? So the answer is that there is such a thing as interim spousal support. Spousal support that goes on while the thing is pending. And while it is pending, you might well be able to get an interim spousal support. It's going to be based on need. So it's going to be a number that allows you to function. The court may say, for example, in a situation where the husband is going to be paying the wife, the court may say, well, you need to maintain the mortgage and the utilities and the cable, and she needs a car to drive. You were paying the payment before. You got to continue to pay that. But she also needs just regular stuff. She needs personal booze and makeup, and she needs some money for just personal items, and she's used to having X amount of dollars. These are her needs, and this is what we're going to order. And the court will order that, and you'll have to pay that while the whole thing is going on, and you'll be able to receive that while the whole thing is going on. The purpose is to maintain stability during the divorce. The purpose is not so you can take the money and go on fancy vacations during the divorce. That's not what it's there for. It's not there for a person to have very expensive, massages and spa treatments. That's not what it's for. It's to maintain financial stability. That's what it's for. It's going to be based on need. It's not going to be based on want. And there is a big difference between the word need and the word want in the context of a divorce. And it's something that people find out as they're going through the process. You have to understand one thing also. The fact that a person gets temporary spousal support does not necessarily mean that at the end of the day, when it's all over, they're going to get continued permanent spousal support. They may get some support, they may not. Now, I will tell you that generally there is a certain legal inertia that goes on in these cases. The court tends to look at it and says, well, what have we been doing for support so far? How has that gone? Now I'm going to fashion, since I'm the judge, I'm going to fashion a final order, and I may use that as a template, and I may say that that is good enough, or I may say that's inadequate, or I may say there's been no support and you haven't needed it all this time. Why do you need it now? The court has different ways of looking at it. Just because you get something in the beginning doesn't necessarily mean it'll continue at the end. However, on the flip side of it, if you've been getting it at the beginning, there's a good possibility the court will give you at least that going forward. So there are different ways to argue this. One of the reasons why people fight a motion for temporary spousal is because they're worried that if they get this now, the court's going to continue it indefinitely at the end of the divorce. So they're not worried about paying the bills now. They're worried about getting stuck with paying them afterwards. So there are different philosophies that go on. Every case is fact specific, and the facts of the case are going to dictate which of these results is more likely. Is it more likely you're going to get temporary spousal? Is it more likely you're going to get permanent spousal support at the end? Which is more likely is going to depend on the facts. So what you need to do is discuss those facts with your attorney, and if you want to and you have questions about that, reach out, give us a call, and we'll be glad to help you analyze that.
248-588-3333. 248